Well, thanks so much, Vanessa and Laura, for sitting down, for talking a little bit about your work on The Chosen. Really excited for this conversation.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you
Glad to
for
have you, Ryan.
Thanks so
Yeah.
much. Well, maybe a question for you both, just to begin. So, women in this series have a really prominent voice, and really speaking with authority and sway, even in some instances. Maybe, perhaps, even in surprising ways, given the
Yeah.
historical context.
Yeah.
What has that meant for you and your work in this role?
For me personally, it's so special. It's empowering. Jesus always held women to, right there among the men. Like, so many women have important roles in the Gospels. And I love that he elevated women. And I love that The Chosen has written it that way as well, to really shine light on just also issues that women uniquely have. And Jesus recognizes those and loves them and sees them and lifts that up too. So it's been amazing.
Definitely. I think also, you know, in particularly in my case, we often see Mary in very extreme moments in her life, in very vulnerable moments. And in this show, because it's a TV series and we have more time, time to flesh these people out a little bit more, we see her in her real life, and with sense of humor and with friends and with it's such a more complete person that it's very unique to see, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's an elevation of these female voices, and a distinctness to them, and also there's a real humanity to them.
Exactly.
Not pigeonholed or reduced.
Exactly.
Yeah, they were humans
Yeah.
with the same emotions and struggles that we go through today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I can ask maybe some additional questions
Of course.
as well. So at the end of season 3, and really throughout season 3,
Yeah.
I mean, Eden had some incredibly challenging experiences.
Yeah.
And yet it seems like hope remains a consistent theme in this series.
Absolutely.
Can you speak a little bit more about how has that informed or influenced how you think about the relationship between grief and hope?
Right. Yeah, it's been such a huge, eye-opening, life-changing theme. The concept of the goodness coming out of something bad, or the going through dark times, but there's hope at the end. And Eden suffers a great loss, and it just gave so much, just such just the storyline for women to share, and just to be brave and come out and come together and share their stories. And I think it's also helped people realize how much we can be there for each other, and then just growing in that spiritual maturity of when we do suffer a loss or a grief, that we can find small hopes, and find just the joy in the little moments that that through that. So yeah.
So giving some voice to those struggles.
Of
we don't
course.
have to suffer alone.
Right, exactly. Yes. And I
even
think
in that we find hope.
Right. And I think Eden really sees it like it's Jesus that can provide that peace, whether he's there physically or not. Because in season 3, we see that Jesus and Eden don't have a conversation about what happened or about her loss or the struggle, but he was there. And she knew that, and they felt it together individually and together in their marriage with Peter and Eden.
Right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Vanessa, I've really appreciated some of the moments where your and Jonathan's characters are connecting on screen. I mean, I think of that scene of the wedding in Cana. I mean, all the way back to season 1.
Yeah.
And there's just this look across the screen.
I love that
that's so
part,
poignant
yes.
and moving. Can you talk a little bit about what is it like to be in that on-film relation? I mean, how do you craft that? How does that work?
Well, with Jonathan, it's so easy. I mean,
It's so hard to work with him.
I know. He's such a diva. No, I'm just kidding. Of course I'm kidding. It's very easy with him. It really is. I mean, even from the very first season, like you pointed out, when I got to set, the very first thing they told me is like, Jonathan wants to see you and he wants to meet you. And I thought, Yes, because here's someone who works like I do. I love, when you have to portray a relationship on camera, it really helps to develop that relationship off camera, because it really needs to feel like these people have seen each other their whole lives, and they have loved each other their whole lives. So, it was, and it's so easy to love Jonathan. So, it's great. But I also bring it to, I think we both bring things that are very personal to the relationship. Even from the get-go, like I said, that whole moment when he picks me up, that was his idea, because that's how he greets his mom, who is also kind of tiny like me, And so just really infusing these moments with our personal experiences, I think helps a great deal as well.
I think that's what the audience loves. Yeah.
Definitely. And because nobody really has seen or heard these people in real life, then we have much more liberty to really infuse them with some realness.
Real humanity. Yeah.
So
The only
bringing
way.
your own humanity
Exactly.
into these
The only way to
roles,
do that is to bring ourselves. Yeah. It's really special.
and that humanity shines through.
Yeah.
In this series, certainly. So thank you so much for
Oh,
your
absolutely.
vulnerability
Thank
in
you.
these roles and for the
Yeah.
impact it's having. Thanks.
Thank you.
Ryan.
Yeah.